these beautiful, this beautiful rock church of Saint George or Pete Girogis. You were saying something there? Okay, before we go to another church, could we get it from another angle? So the captain, Princess Acacia Menin, captain of the, oh, that's a beautiful, look at that. Now, you see, before you even move from there, look at the designs, that the princess is highlighted here, and how the windows are carved. Look at that, young ones. You see these designs. All of this is done with skill, as they were. You could just imagine them building this coming down. The windows are beautiful and inside is beautiful as well. Could we get a next angle from maybe a different part of the yard? You're saying, my lord?
I am guessing that if something even goes a little bit wrong, there's no restart.
Yeah, okay, exactly. So with a project like that, you could only imagine that you just got to get it right the first time around. There's no mistake. There's no, oh well, it didn't work. That means it has to be perfectly done. All right.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all right.
Good day there, sir.
Right, telling you. So we're inside. Oh,
Yes.
look at this.
I hope they don't find the plane in here.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much, Princess. The plane, I like that. So you could see there is an Ethiopian priest, as if he's reading his Bible or some holy book, or he's meditating. I don't see no book in his hand. He's like he's thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. What is that other fella behind it doing in here? Let me see who's he talking. Oh, okay. Well, I'm
like
not.
He's filming a documentary.
It may be so. And look at these different passageways. Now, remember what we just read said that there were tunnels and passageways. Yes, to get to King Lalibella's city. How wonderful it is. Oh, you could see other individuals here. There are some more monks, and there seems to be a visitor. She doesn't seem as if she lives around there. So they're going to get an
Yes, family,
opportunity
blessed
to go in there.
love,
But I'd
blessed
like to
love.
visit another
Giving thanks to the life
church.
giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie the First. Wonderful. It is a joy that you're here with us again in the Tiger's Nest. I was just giving you somewhat of a preview of one of our African heritage classes. Yes, that was like number 30 and 4 in the list of homeschool classes that we do. As I said, the International Homeschool Program, the African History and Heritage, and the Astronomy classes. You have over 140 different videos, different classes that we mail to you on a daily level, that is, to make sure you keep up to date. As I said to you, family, your young ones will feel joy. As you can see, we are taking you on a virtual tour of Lalibela. And that episode you were looking at there is the 30th and 4th class in the series of classes in the African history and heritage. So you could imagine the level of information we would have given the young ones leading up to that moment there. Oh, yes. And as I said, all you have to do is to contact me and say, I would like a free preview of any one of the classes, whether it's history, whether it's astronomy, biology, etc. Just contact us and say, I would like a free preview before you enroll your young ones into the class, and I would be definitely happy to oblige you. You better believe it. Eh? And remember, for a very limited time, when you order the International Homeschool Program, whatever program it is, it could be biology or the Astronomy African Heritage Program, and you take the full program itself, meaning that you pay for the full course one time, you will get a free International Homeschool Program t-shirt. And that is specifically this t-shirt here. It comes in different designs and colors, and it has our motto on it. It has our affirmation, our mantra. I am the best. and I deserve the best. And only the best is coming to me now. And for those who do not know, that is how we seal all of our classes. All the children say it with us. So you could imagine your young one or young ones becoming accustomed to us coming to them every day with school classes every day. And they know when we are done, we have to say our affirmation, and they have their shirt on and they can repeat it with us. That will be a joy. And remember, once you order the International Homeschool Program, once you enroll your child in the International Homeschool Program, for sure, they will definitely get a free t-shirt once it is the full program that you would be purchasing. And of course, that will be a joy for them. And remember, you can still order the shirt. You don't have to be a part of the homeschool program. You could definitely order your I Am the Best shirt, your affirmation shirt. Here it is. You have different colors, as I said, different designs, and give thanks for such works, Honorable Prince Alamase. But outside of that, you can definitely get your Tiger's Nest shirts and all the other different garments that we have to offer you. You know how to get here. Just go to our website. Very, very easy to do. Priest Isaac Institute. Oh, this is beautiful. PriestIsaacInstitute.com. Wonderful. My personal favorite. PriestIsaacInstitute.com. And definitely get more information on exactly how you could get your young ones enrolled in the International Homeschool Program. And of course, we definitely have all, the information right here in front of you. Definitely, here is the website. Visit the website, visit our store, and definitely you could order your shirts, or you could email us, as I said, priestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com, and get more information on the International Homeschool Program. Wonderful. And of course, I'm looking forward to each and every one on Sunday for the Tigers Temple. For those who don't know what the Tigers Temple is all about, this is a new episode, a new series of programs that we are doing. Sunday will be the 4th episode specifically. We will have a special guest this Sunday, Honorable the Mighty Isern. He'll be there with us, speaking of all things conscious. We'll be speaking of the biblical scriptures, the reality of the Bible. We'll be speaking about the divinity of the emperor. We're just going to be having a wonderful sit down. So if you're looking forward to being a part of that, you know what to do. Just contact us and make sure you get your link. Remember, this is not going to be on YouTube. It's not going to be on Instagram. It's not going to be on Facebook. In a sense, somewhat of a private affair, but it's open to everyone. Private affair, but it's open to everyone. So once you want to be there, just contact us and you will be there. Of course, you don't know how it is. Now, what we are looking at here is what is known as the Matobo, or some say the Matobo Mountains in Zimbabwe. We're talking about Southern Africa. We're talking about Rhodesia. Now, one thing that stands out here is that you can see this great hill and the countless of volcanic or megaliths, granite megaliths specifically, talking of Greencastle Hill now. But this is in Zimbabwe. You could see the great rocks, the mountains of the great rocks, the mountains of the great boulders, also called ball heads. Oh yeah, that's what they call some of them. And you could see the mountain itself is a stone mountain, basically. And you have these great rocks just standing out and sticking out. And of course, this is in, as I said, Zimbabwe. Now you could obviously see that it is quite similar to what we have in Antigua at Greencastle Hill. All of this is Zimbabwe. All of this is Zimbabwe. In fact, the relationship between the two is very unique. And this is why we always highlight the fact that in Zimbabwe, at the top of the Matobo Mountains or the Matobo Mountains, you have the grave of one Cecil John Rhodes. And interesting, here in Antigua, on Greencastle Hill, you have the grave of one Governor Baldwin. Now, both of these individuals are similar in the sense that they are from our colonial past. Governor Baldwin, both from England, himself and Cecil Rhodes, they were the rulers of the area that they were governing. So Cecil Rhodes, we all know he was the one that just took over South Africa. So you have Rhodesia, all of that was named from him. And then you have Governor Baldwin, who was appointed really to be the governor of the British islands in the Caribbean, the Northeastern Caribbean. And the capital was Antigua. That is where he would have resided. So really now, when Governor Baldwin died, or even before he died, and that's not that long ago, and that's like about 60 or so years ago, when he died also, he asked his subordinates to make sure that he would be buried at the top of Green Castle Hill, amongst the megaliths that align with the stars here in Antigua. And that is what he did. He had his grave buried at the top, right at the peak of Green Castle Hill in Antigua, amongst the megaliths. So those of you who will be coming to Antigua in a few days, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Those of you who will be coming to Antigua, and I'm talking about in June, from the 17th of June to the 24th of June, you will see with your own eyes for yourself the reality of what we are talking about. You will see for yourself the grave of Governor Baldwin, you know, from England at the top of Green Castle Hill. Now, after observing all of these beautiful megaliths that you will see, after spending a moment climbing up the hill and you know, going to the eternal city, sitting in the throne and seeing all the magnificent sights that I will point out to you, when you reach to the top of the hill and you see this grave at the apex of the hill, you will be very upset. You're going to ask, so what is he doing here? How could he find himself up here, buried at the top of this magnificent hill, Green Castle Hill? What I do dare say is the same thing as in Zimbabwe. Cecil Rhodes is buried at the top of the Matobo Mountains, you know, in the same way that Governor Baldwin is buried at the top of Mount Anu or Green Castle Hill. Now, why is that? Why is this similarity? And I said they're both from the same place and they both have the same position, our colonial masters. So why were they buried there? Why didn't they go in the cemetery like everybody else? Why didn't they ship themselves back to England? In fact, Governor Baldwin died in England. They shipped him down here to bury him at the top of Green Castle Hill. Imagine that. Now, of course, you would hear us speak all the time of the natural alignments that Green Castle Hill has with the heavens. Just like any ancient monument that was built to align with the Orion's belt, that was built to align with Sirius, the star, the dark star Sirius, that was built to align with the northern celestial pole. You know, all of these, Stonehenge and Noctaplio and Adam's calendar and the Great Pyramids and Doth and North and New Grange and Machu Picchu and these different places, all the different pyramids and temples all over the world that have been designed in such a way that when you get the summer solstice sunrise or the winter solstice sunset or the spring equinox sunrise and sunset, they're built in such a way that the light will come through doors, the light will come through windows and hit the holiest of holiest or holiest of holies in the back room. And of course, on certain days, the equinox, for example, like at the pyramid there in Chichen Itza, you see the snake appear only on that day in this very magnificent formation. Wonderful. All of these places were designed and built to react to the astronomical clock naturally. well, at least naturally, as far as the astronomical clock is moving naturally. But then now, in Antigua, we have what is known as the Stonehenge of the Caribbean. That's what they call it, but it's far from being Stonehenge. And the great boulders on Greencastle Hill, they naturally align with the movements of the heavens in the same way that we have monuments built and temples built and pyramids built and these different things built to align again across the earth with the astronomical clock. Well, we have this natural monument here that was not built by the hands of anyone, but just naturally these rocks come out of the earth and they align with the heavens. So this is why Mr. Governor Baldwin decided that, hey, because he knew this, when he passed on and died, he wants his people to bring him back to Antigua to make sure he's buried at the top of Greencastle Hill. And when you come here, when we observe his tomb, you're going to see how his tomb is built. It's built in such a way to align itself, number one, with them pyramids there in the back. Oh yeah, you're going to see with your eyes how the fella set the thing up so that he can just find himself in the eternal space in death. And that's the whole idea. That's why you always hear them say, oh, the ancient Egyptians were consumed with the science of death. So they say. I don't know who, so they say. They just don't know what's going on. Or the ancient Egyptians, they were very serious about the afterlife. I hear you. All right. So in the same way, that custom is the same way that those who came and saw the customs attached themselves to it. And then all of a sudden they're into the stars. Cecil Rhodes and Governor Baldwin wanted to bury themselves amongst the stars. They understood the power of life after death. They understood the energy and the frequency amongst the great boulders, amongst the megaliths. So this is why in Antigua, at the top of Mount Anu, in Antigua, at the top of Greencastle Hill, in Antigua, you have Governor Baldwin buried at the top of the sacred hill, the Sun Temple, with countless of megaliths that align with the astronomical clock. Just like in the Matobo Mountains, you have another killer, one Cecil Rhodes. I'm telling you. And that alone is to show you that they both belong to the same school of thought. They both understand that these mountains or the hills are living vibrations. This is why Greencastle Hill will express the feminine energy. This is the feminine energy here in Greencastle Hill, you know. This is the vulva. This represents the female reproductive system. Rocks coming out of the earth representing the female reproductive system, and we're positive about that because it aligns with the phallic stone. The vulva aligns with the phallic stone, which represents the male reproductive system, the erected penis. So there is this perfect alignment specifically at specific times of the year. This is not the phallic as such, but there's so many standing stellars on Greencastle Hill, countless, that many would consider them phallics as well. Very beautiful stuff, family. Very, 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 very beautiful stuff. So these are natural hills where we're in, at least I can speak of Greencastle Hill, where nobody came and put no stone down in order for it to align with anything. It naturally occurs in the way that you see, as I showed you here all the time. And when you come to Antigua, you'll see for yourself the rocks growing out of the earth, literally out of the ground and coming through the top of the hill or the surface of the hill. And it may look like it's just a 2 feet rock or a 12-inch rock, a foot rock, but this is coming from hundreds of feet below you. You know what I mean? So obviously it would have taken thousands of years to reach there. So all of these rocks and Green Castle Hill that you see just sticking up, aligning with the heavens, you know, they align with the stars and align with the movement of the equinox and the solstice. Then you have boulders here too. Those are rocks that just lay down on their side. More than likely, after a period of time, they would have just cut off and lay down on their side. So they have areas on Green Castle Hill full of boulders, like Boulder Dash, naturally. But they're more stellars. They're more not freestanding stones, but literal stellars coming out of the earth. Not menhirs, like in Stonehenge in England. Not menhirs, like you have in Brittany. No, these are menhirs there. That's in Brittany. These are menhirs. They were planted there. Stonehenge, these are the same thing. They were planted there or they were put there. Good vibes. I love Stonehenge a lot. Believe me, I believe in the science of Stonehenge. But these stones are not growing out of the earth. In Antigua, these rocks are literally growing out of the earth and aligning with the same things that Stonehenge aligns with and much more. You understand the science, yeah? So in the mountains now in Zimbabwe, the great Matobo mountains, the mountains of the great boulders, you see them here? There is the same astronomical levels, you know, according to Kweda Mutra. We're talking about a living stargate, the Matobo Mountains, a living stargate. And he would talk about them having portals around this area where specific beings would come in and go out at specific times. That is Kweda Mutra. And of course, he is the South African Zulu shaman. So I would believe he is well qualified. He has the credentials to speak about what he is speaking about there. So yes, you can see the similarity there. This fella here buried himself up there in the same way. And when you read my book, I'm talking about Anu Ancient and Modern. When you read the book Anu Ancient and Modern, you definitely get a good idea of what we are speaking of. Let me just hit there and see what we have when we look into, as I said, Anu Ancient and Modern. That is the book that I wrote. Those who do not know of Anu Ancient and Modern, of course, you know, you can definitely get a copy of the book by visiting our website, priestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com, priestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com. And that is where in the book I give you a good idea of what the science of Green Castle Hill is all about and why we would say that he buried himself amongst the megaliths. Very, very important. Anu, Ancient and Modern. So, of course, when you come and you visit us, I'm talking about in the next few days, really. You're going to see Anu, Ancient and Modern with your own eyes. You're going to see the megaliths with your own eyes. You're going to see, you know, the stones that align with the heavens with your own eyes right here in Antigua, right here in Wadadli. So, of course, you know how to contact me. Remember, it's the 7 days and nights, 7 days and nights, 2 beautiful hikes, the morning hike plus the evening hike, the sunset hike, and of course, the star night watch. That is going to be a beautiful event. You don't want to miss this. Then we have the cannabis tour, which is just a part of the island tour. I can tell you that for sure. Going to be wonderful. And at the same time, remember, we're going to be having a beautiful lecture evening. We're going to have some of our historians and our own shamans going to be speaking to you. Our griots will be expressing their joy and happiness to you as it relates to, you know, the history of the island Antigua. So that's going to be a beautiful session. At the same time, we will be actually looking into the whole aspect of what is known as, we're going to be having a yoga retreat, and the yoga retreat itself will be even hosted by the Honorable Empress Naya. That is going to be a wonderful, wonderful meditation as well. I mean, there's so many things that we will be doing, so many wonderful events that will be taking place, you know, for sure. Naya Bingi on the Hill, drum sound on the hill. We'll be having Sabbath service. You're going to be having a wonderful time. Bring your whole family. We definitely have made arrangements for your young ones. You don't have to worry about that. Remember, family, this is a vacation you're coming on. Let's just be straight. This is a vacation. So you should treat it like a vacation. So just like how you would be going somewhere to spend time and you're going to, go to an island in the sun, and maybe you're going to Europe or wherever you're going to go on your vacation, and you're going to a place maybe you don't even know no one there. You're going to book a hotel and just stay by the swimming pool for a couple of days. Well, treat it like a vacation. Approach me like, hey, I want to come on this vacation. You understand? And then when you do that, because you may be just hearing me speak about it and yeah, man, Priest Isaac is a Irie brother. I would like to go spend some time with him. That's all good. But treat it like a vacation. Because number one, when you contact us and you get an understanding of the price for your experience, that alone is gonna blow your mind. I don't want to give no prices here. When you contact us, we'll give you the details. And when you really understand how inexpensive this whole mission is, you're gonna shake your head and say, yeah, man, I should have signed up earlier. Yeah. And then of course your accommodations, that pristine accommodations for you, very reasonable when it comes to the price. And then even your air ticket, we can assist you in getting the best price that we have available when you contact us, as we are partnering with some specific, what you might call them people here, travel agencies. So family, yes, it is a wonderful setting we have set for you. And of course, the time is now. Really, the time is now. As I said before, we haven't put no deadline to it, really, but the time is now. Yeah, we don't want to, shock you with a deadline, but honestly, family, is just 3 weeks away. So if you're really serious about coming, you should at least let us know that you want to come. At least let us have you on the list of potential visitors that are coming with us, to be very honest, instead of waiting for the last minute and trying to reserve your space, it might be a little technical, and I don't want to rush you with no deadline. But if you know you want to come, at least contact us and let us know. I mean, if you contact us and then you say, man, things didn't work out, that we ain't gonna be disappointed. Well, I may be a bit disappointed that you can't come again, but don't worry, that ain't nobody's heart is gonna be broken. I would still prefer you contact and say, hey, I'm thinking of coming. What do I need to know? Yeah, man, and let's definitely be on top of the game. So family, give thanks, and remember, make sure you get your Tigers shirt, specifically, for the fullness thereof and the full family. And remember that when you order or enroll your young ones into the International Homeschool Program, I'm talking about biology, African history, heritage, language arts, astronomy. Once you take the full course, you get a free affirmation t-shirt from us, telling you that I am the best and I deserve the best, and only the best is coming to me now. Remember, the virtual family, those who will not be coming to the hike, I don't like to encourage you should be coming, but the virtual for those who wouldn't be coming is only $100, only $100, so you can stay right where you are at home and still full joy the experience with us. What a marvelous setting that will be. So we give thanks and looking forward to your presence, and looking forward to you on the 17th of June. If you're not coming, link up for the virtual experience, and the virtual experience will give you the 2 hikes, the cannabis tour. I don't know how you can sit and watch the cannabis tour all the way from wherever you may be, all the way from Mississippi or from Baltimore or wherever you are, and you watch us going through the cannabis field and picking the best of the fruit and getting the cured product and testing it out, and you watching that and you not here with us. That is something else. Family, do your best to be here with us. Give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. Love in the house. And of course, you know, I'll be returning live again at 8. I have a wonderful program tonight at 8 with a good brother Theo Chambers, you know, a mystic, and we'll be talking about the multiverse, and we'll be talking about multi-universes, and we'll be talking about the Akashic records and all of this kind of stuff, you know. The universe within you is going to be a deep discussion. I hope you turn out for that one. I know, you know, we ain't going to be talking about Bible, at least I don't think so. We ain't going to be talking about who is God, at least not on a religious level. We're going to be talking of some deep metaphysics. So make sure you're in the house, family. And of course, join me on Radio Anu, man, the Tiger's Nest, 7 p.m. And then after that, I'll be going straight over to the good brother Theo Chambers. So yeah, man, give thanks, the life giver and the keeper of life. Give thanks for the love, give thanks for majesty, give thanks for righteousness. As I always say, take some realize to realize the realize that are amongst us, cut and clear. Holy King Selassie, Jah Rastafari, blessed love.